No bullshit, let's go. First off is rerolling and how to approach banners. Now you don't have to reroll, but if you want your best start, you should. Aim for a dark or light unit since their rate is lower and they are easier to move around universally for different content. You really can't go wrong with any of them except Shadow Sonya. She's just not good enough to carry your progression, which is going to be your main focus. In my opinion, Lily is the most flexible. Once you've done this, you can approach the next bit however you want. I would personally do some rolls on the standard banner and accrue some SSRs. Standard banner has a chance of a light and dark. Frey is in it as well, and you could potentially pull a great start like Tiamat before even touching your selector. However many pulls you decide will be up to you, but once you're happy you can then fill out whatever is missing in your roster with the selector. Suggestions on the selector will be to fill roles you didn't get. My first pick would be Tiamat if you don't already have her, insanely great for progression and easier to gear. Honorable mentions are Hellkid for all-round utility, Rosa and Rilmoka specifically for early pushing Inferno on Doki Doki and Aurora. Once you finish that, you can then go for Frey if you want her and if you didn't pull her. She's an amazing support and definitely worth it. To add to this is to make use of any codes the game might put out. Come launch day, if there are codes, I'll make sure to update the description as well as make a YouTube post about them. Once pulls are done, you should decide on important units for future team comps. You'll want these not only to progress you in story, but be universally used in endgame bosses. This will change from person to person, but an easy example is Tiamat, as although she's worthless in Terramaton, later on she is still incredibly strong into Inferno on both Doki Doki and Aurora. Going off those guiding principles, some SR units you should absolutely keep in mind are Grey and Marvel. Grey is amazing into Terror and Doki, while Marvel is used in all three bosses because he's the king of the game. Part of that decision is probably going to be the free SSR Lian. She's an incredibly good DPS, and since she has a progression track full of rewards for building her, she should absolutely be a crucial part of your team as you progress into endgame. You should decide for yourself and your account if you want to keep her, because if you don't, ideally you would finish out her reward track as fast as possible and use the limited character reset event to take her resources and dump them somewhere else. This event will also be useful if you want to run the free unit Dorothy as your sustain until you get your free Ling Luo. All of this assuming they don't drastically change the game come launch date. Next is finding a guild as soon as possible, potentially before the game launches so you don't miss out on getting rewards immediately. My suggestion is to check out one of the subreddits or the official Discord and find a group that suits your lifestyle. Links to those in the description. An important step from day one is deciding if you're going to push fast or play the long marathon. In Etheria, stamina will burn fast, and a lot of content is gated by account level, which is pretty much just raised by spending stamina. So you can refresh stamina daily up to 10 times with gems to get into your Mythic and Inferno farms as early as possible. On the flip side, you can completely skip that entirely, but won't be competitive for quite a while. This will really depend on you and how you want to play the game, but I will say that the strongest players are the ones who don't burn out, so you do you. Speaking of stamina as where to spend it, early on I'd say the most important stages are prowess materials, which are the skill materials, and the XP. Although XP doesn't add a lot of stats in small doses, it is at least something more permanent that will stick with characters. Gear will definitely be your biggest boost though, so I'd only push this if you're struggling with everything else. I'd first check teams other people cleared with though. You might just be playing with some units not suited for that content. A good idea of where you should be is just checking your reward tracks in the hyperlink charter. They'll give you a good idea of where you should currently be and what your next step is. A no-brainer you'll discover eventually is setting up gear sets and formations to easily swap around. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, formations do not save gear, only characters, but these will still make it easier for you to check what your farm team was, swap your gear around, and get to farming. Don't be like me naming sets after characters. It's best to write something actually useful like CR, CD, attack, since stat needs are different from character to character even if they fit the same category. Pay attention to events. Something I missed out on because I'm blind even though I have 4 eyes are the content you need to get the attempts for the events, but also the shops. These aren't accessed just from hitting the shop tab like in other games. These are only accessible in the event page, so make sure to keep an eye on these. And last thing I wanted to go over was how to gear your characters. Unless you're the richest spender in this game, there are always going to be people ahead of you, which means you can easily check people's gear to know exactly what you want to push for your character. At least for PvE, my favorite feature is checking what teams cleared content you might be struggling with, and from here you can also see details of people's characters and their gear. So in conclusion, all of this is to say that you should build Marvel. He single-handedly pushed me into farming mythics when nobody else could do the job. If you have any tips that you discovered or your one change moments that helped you push content, let me know in the comments. Sometimes we've got all the pieces of the puzzle and just one thing is missing, and figuring that out is just so cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, dislike, subscribe, or don't. See ya.